for it.
What's good, Slackers? Welcome back to episode of Feel Like a Champ podcast. It's your boy Strizzy. We got a special Cinco de Mayo episode going for you guys. And with me, as always, we do got the crew. Say hello, everybody. What's good, A-Dub?
Chilling, man. Living the quarantine dream, you know.
Got to. And to my left on my screen, we have the lovely Myra May. What's good?
What's up, Slackers?
And in my top left, we got the very own super producer, Matt Marcus is in the building. What's good, fam?
What's up? Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Right.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday, as Mr. James would say it. But as always, I'll let my boy take it away, man. Let them know what they got for us, or what we got for them.
Well, we got our usual lineup, you know. We got that scrolling on the bottom, but first, as always, we got to check in and see how everybody is doing. So, and one other thing we'll be doing is we'll be going over our quarantine end dates. So, actually, let's just jump into that.
Yeah, do that first. Yeah.
So we made our little bet a couple. What was this now? Like about three episodes ago. Yeah, about 3 episodes ago, and we had our little wagers for who we thought or when we thought that the corona lockdown would end. So we had Marcus was June 8th, Strizzy was July 1st, and Myra July 13th, and then A-Dub was August 31st, which is way off apparently. So what do y'all think though? So when are we gonna judge it by? Like basically we're already Texas, Myra, what's going on down there? Are you guys are out of lockdown now?
So Texas has opened certain things. As I mentioned last week, our beach is open. Restaurants, it's kind of like wishy-washy. Like I've seen like at the island, at the beach, restaurants are open, but around here, they're still curbside. So it's just kind of here and there. So for me, nothing is different. I'm not going to the beach. I'm not hanging out with people. I'm not wearing a mask in the sun. Can you imagine those tan lines? So, I mean, it's pretty much the same. Texas is saying by May 18th, we'll open salons and barbershops and the gym. But, I mean, we'll see. We'll see when we get there. In fact, the day we decided to open, which was May 1st, statistics came in that it was like the highest amount of deaths we had in one day. So for me, I mean, if our statistics are still on the rise, it makes no sense to open back up. So
that's bad timing.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And then there was like 1,000 new cases the following day, and people were like, well, how the hell did they get 1,000 new cases in one day? And I'm like, yo, it takes 3 to 14 days to get the test results back. Like those were already in the works. So
yeah,
I'm not heading anywhere. I'm not doing anything. I'm chilling. We got a nice little setup. We good.
That's kind of how I'm feeling too. I'm going to see how everybody does, I guess, or how this thing goes, but I'm pretty comfortable in my crib. Like I've kind of been a homebody, and in certain ways, this quarantine hasn't changed too much for me. So I'm chilling. I'm feeling good. You know, I'm kind
of like, I feel like Hunger Games right now. Like, go ahead, let the first crowd go out. Let's see what happens to them. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I'll sit back and watch for a little bit.
Marcus, how you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm not going out to June, so I'm letting everybody else go out there and be the test dummies. They are dummies going out there. So yeah, y'all do y'all thing. I'm staying put. I think I'll probably do a couple of photo shoots because I have a whole bunch lined up. So I might do 1 or 2. I want to make sure I'm 6 feet away from them though. I ain't gonna be too close.
Shoot for a distance, yeah.
Yeah, you only get an hour too. Hour tops. And I'm out.
Yeah. And you can make it a pretty small group if you're just doing your little photo shoots.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it's gonna be like for a Mother's Day kind of type of thing. So I'm doing it for that. And before we won't be back on here, it's gonna be over with. But I'm gonna tell Myra Happy Mother's Day.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
you know what I'm saying? Buy yourself something nice, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do that for yourself.
I do that all the time, so.
True. It's true.
You're like, I got that taken care of.
I see it. You know what I'm saying? She got it. She got her own.
Hey, well,
put your cash app on there and we'll do something for you.
You know what I'm saying? Like slide you or something.
Yeah, y'all had me jealous with them cookies a couple days ago.
Oh yeah.
If they got a couple out there, let me know. We'll get you delivered.
How were they, Marcus?
Dope. They were good. Like, they were big. I wasn't expecting them that big, so I had to eat half of each one each day until I finished it.
That's how you do it. Half each day.
That's what's up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you could try those out, man. Those are fire. And also shout out Mix in my triple. Appreciate you checking in with us, man.
What's up, Brian?
What's good?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, bro.
That's what's up. And yeah, shout out to while we're on the subject though of Mother's Day too, shout out to our mothers too. Shout out to my mother.
Absolutely.
She's the best in the world. Shout out to my grandmother. I love her to death. And also my sister, she's a mother too.
Absolutely. Shout out to the whole fam. Oh man, might as well just talking to her a little bit ago. I called my mom up last night. I was like, "Yo, what do you want for Mother's Day?" She was like, "Nothing." I was like, "Stop." Like, stop.
Don't be like, I ain't getting nothing for Mother's Day from Chris. She ain't getting me nothing.
I was raised by nothing but
I know
exactly what that means.
Yeah,
don't be fooled. I just want to be handed.
Yeah. I'm huge on like birthday presents and like Mother's Day stuff for my mom. So being that my boys are little, I haven't gotten a Mother's Day like gift in a while. So I really appreciate like the little things that they make at school, like the little hats and the little signs with the hands. But this year, like I'm the teacher. Like I can't be like, let's make a Mother's Day activity for your mom. You know?
Yeah, I can't be surprised by that.
Yeah. So today, in fact, we were planning my Mother's Day gift. We like to do like homemade, things that like touch the heart. So my brother and I were sitting like planning my mom's stuff out. Like things are coming and we'll have it done. I'll show y'all later once we get it done. And I called my middle brother and I was like, hey, we've each put in this amount. Like, are y'all coming? Because he lives in San Antonio. He's like, I'm going to send you money right now. He's like, you take care of it. And he's like, I don't know if we're going to be down. I was like, okay, no problem. And my older son heard me talking. He's like, it's Mother's Day this weekend. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, why didn't you tell me? So he's like over there stressing about what he's going to do for Mother's Day.
That's funny.
That's good.
That's sweet.
Be a good one.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'll cherish whatever it turns out being.
Oh, of course. Of course. Yeah, they're the sweetest. So, and I know once they get older, like they'll definitely look out for me. Like, definitely. Yeah. No question in my mind.
For sure.
That's what we do. That's what I call us mama's boys.
Yep. Tracy, what are you drinking? Because you killing it over there, fam.
Knock it down.
Margarita, you know what I'm saying? Don't judge me. It's quite delicious too, I'm gonna lie. Put my foot in that one.
Look like some grapefruit.
What's up?
I should have given y'all like a recipe for palomas. We could have had palomas on the show today, which is like grapefruit, tequila, like the rim salted with lime or tahini.
I'm gonna need a virgin one. I'll take the virgin one.
That recipe my way. I got tahini on my rim right now. It's fire.
It's so funny because people like hit Mexicans up like happy Cinco de Mayo, and we're like, oh, okay. Like Cinco de Mayo is an Americanized holiday.
I was just telling the guys, I'm like, it's not even like the real Mexican Independence Day. It's just an American holiday. Like,
it's just an excuse.
Just an excuse for us to throw another party. You know how we roll.
Right. So I mean, we like
why is it a holiday if it's not like legit? Why they do it then?
Well, it's become like an Americanized thing for Cinco de Mayo. Like for Mexicans, the actual Independence Day is the 16th of September. 16 de septiembre. And that's when we really like enjoy the festivities. Cinco de Mayo was actually a battle fought in Puebla, La Batalla de Puebla, where they battled the French. So it was like a turning point in the war, but it's not Mexico's Independence Day. So it really has become an Americanized holiday. So like, people be like, so what'd you eat today? Tacos? And I'm like, I'm Mexican. Like we don't discriminate tacos any other day. Like we eat tacos.
You're like, it's Tuesday. What you mean? Was I supposed to eat?
Yeah, people are like, oh, it's Taco Tuesday. I'm like, we had tacos Sunday for breakfast, Monday for dinner. Like when the whole thing was like LeBron was trying to coin Taco Tuesday, I'm like, bro, where you been at?
Poor guy. He really tried to trademark
it. Really tried. He tried it. He tried it.
Had tacos every day since birth. Like, so. I mean, but we enjoying the festivities. Like, I love the specials. I mean, we can't do much right now in quarantine, but you know, on Cinco de Mayo they have like half off margs and all kinds of fun stuff. Like, we join in. But other than that, no. The big one is 16 de septiembre.
What you cooking tonight? You cooking anything special for Cinco de Mayo or no? Just eat some spaghetti or something?
No, because it's 8 o'clock for us. When we start recording, 6 o'clock y'all time, 8 o'clock my time. I always pick up the boys something just because I don't know how long our sessions will take, and I don't want them like, yo, lady, we're hungry.
For sure.
Yo, I had Mexican food earlier though. My mom cooked chicken enchilada casserole and some other stuff. It was bomb, but we were calling it Cinco de Mayos because it's my nephew Miles' 5th month. He's 5 months today, so
hey.
Big.
That's so cute.
15 pounds now. He's getting big, so
wow, big boy.
Yeah. So I went over there a little bit earlier just to give me a little bit of grub and get back over here. So that's my thing. But you know, again, too, it's not really anything serious. You know, just an excuse.
Well, we appreciate it. You know, I just want everybody to enjoy the day. You know what I'm saying? Cinco de Mayo is fun when we're not in quarantine. But if you celebrate it, I mean, it is what it is. I always say like black and brown are much closer than people really think we are. So it's cool.
Definitely.
It's cool.
All right.
Taking the ball stone out.
I'll just do my part. All right, so we got our cleanups of the week next, but I actually don't think we have any. The only thing I was gonna say though is I love how I can share my screen on here and you guys can see me fumbling around and see how bad I am at doing my research and see why I need the cleanup of the week every week. So I just think that's funny though. But yeah, I didn't really think we had any from last week other than just needing to clean up the quarantine bet. So I think it's going to be Marcus though. I mean, you had June 8th.
What was our bet? $25 from everybody?
I think we're gonna take him out to dinner.
I think we said whoever wins, what they want to do first, we're gonna probably pitch into that.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was.
Throw a little something towards him.
So you got to decide what your big adventure is gonna be.
I don't think it's over yet though. Like you never know. You never know, dude.
Right.
Might dropping dead and say might go back to quarantine. Then we gonna the best on.
Oh my gosh, these memes on the internet right now are absolutely hilarious. Like, welcome to May. You have reached Jumanji level 5.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Oh, you don't want to stay in? Release the murderous hornets.
I was gonna ask, is that real? Like, what's the deal with these hornets? Because I don't really know what's going on with that.
Apparently, it's real. The hornets.
I just seen memes, but I haven't seen like the news talking about it. Like,
no, so it is real. Yeah, because I saw the memes and I'm like, let me do a little bit of research. So supposedly these hornets have made it to, the West Coast.
Okay.
Yeah, they've made it.
Some here in Arizona too.
Washington, and supposedly they're like much bigger than actual hornets. Like they're big, and then they can mess up the population of honeybees. So like they eat honeybees, they decapitate honeybees, and they feed the honeybees' heads to their young. And then supposedly like their stinger is really big and venomous. Like it could kill people.
Like a human being. It could kill a human being for sure.
I was hoping it was murder for a different reason. Like not that they could actually.
No, like they're murder for that reason. Like you could die. You're gonna die.
We don't need much more else. I don't know what is gonna happen in June. I'm not ready.
I know.
2020 has been something. We almost had World War III.
Right.
We got the Rona. Well,
Right.
Kobe died in between, so we got to throw that in there because that Kobe died. We got the Rona. We got murderous hornets now. Like, and we're only in May. We're 5 months in. What the heck is about to happen?
Don't forget the aliens. You know what I'm saying?
The aliens videos were released.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, last week after the show we watched one with Marcus. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
That legit tripped me out. Like that was crazy. That was crazy.
It was moving. But all right, okay. So I think we're ready though. Let's dive into our NFL talk. I think we covered it. But I wanted to start off with this. What did y'all think of Andy Dalton being signed by the Cowboys? With us, a big Cowboys contingency over here. I want to start with Myra and Marcus, my fellow Cowboys fans.
I was shocked.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Ladies always first.
No, that was just my thing. I was shocked. Go ahead, Marcus. You could say why you were shocked, and then I'll go ahead.
I don't have much to say.
I was shocked. Andy Dalton, I feel it kind of like puts pressure on them signing Dak Prescott or what they're going to do with Dak Prescott. But still, I was just shocked that they would go that route prior to signing Prescott. What is the message that you're sending your starting quarterback? So
right.
I really was shocked on the whole signing of Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
I'm gonna let y'all go before I start chiming in. Go ahead.
No, I was a little surprised again. I'm not against it. I think he might be one of the best backups in the league. I think he'll be great for us. And honestly, I think his agent, he probably told the agent, "Hey, I'm from Texas. Hey, I want to go to the Cowboys. Can you make it happen?" I think he did that. I think he was really go home. And why not go to the Cowboys? Why not be a good backup? And I think, not saying knock on wood, not say something happened to Dak, him coming in, I think he had experience with a good team with Zeke and those weapons. I really think he'll be good. So I'm like, I'd rather Dak, but if Dak don't work out, something happens, like I said, I think Andy Dalton, I said before he got traded to the Cowboys, I still think he has something in the tank. I just think he have a good organization he was with, and the team he had. He had some decent receivers, but AJ Green was getting hurt a lot. So I think with a new place, he's back home, and with those weapons, Andy Dalton will be pretty decent. So I'm cool with it.
I want to know our slackers' opinion. So anybody who's tuning in, what were your thoughts on the Andy Dalton pickup to the Cowboys? So just chime in so we can see that right at the bottom of our screen.
Yeah, I definitely am curious to see too, because from my perspective as a Cowboys fan, just looking at it from that, it's a great move. It puts us in a really good position to have that depth and really make a run, because Cooper Rush, let's face it, he was not a real backup. He survived as a backup for 3.5, 4 years. And we always knew if he really had to come in the game, it would be
it's not going to be good.
Right.
For the long
so I'm glad they upgraded the position and its insurance. It's a little bit of leverage against Dak, but I think Dak will be fine. I think he's not worried about that still. He's going to go out and do his thing. And then Dalton, who knows, he might springboard this into another chance somewhere else. Like we've seen Nick Foles do, like we've seen plenty of guys do, even Teddy Bridgewater being the Saints backup. So I think it's good all around. I think it'll be good.
Did Dak sign his
He didn't sign it?
Not yet. Not yet? All right. Okay, so here's my thing. I think it's huge. I think the signing of Andy Dalton is really, really huge. He probably is the best backup quarterback in the league right now. We forget in this, not 5 seasons, but his first 5 seasons with the Bengals, they went to the playoffs the first 2 years. They didn't win, but he got them there. He got them there for those 2 seasons. The Bengals were the best team. They were winning the AFC North division, and he was balling. Now at this point in time, he's getting with the Cowboys. The Cowboys have one of the best offensive lines in the league, one of the best running backs in the league. They've got great receivers, and they just picked up a really big weapon in CeeDee Lamb from Oklahoma in the draft. This is not only leverage for the Dallas Cowboys, But it's also kind of like saying, you know what, Dak, take your time if you don't want to sign this franchise tag or not. When you come back, you're our dude. But in the meantime, you've got a really good backup who could probably get us easily 5-0 to 6-0 easily. The Dallas Cowboys have the second easiest schedule in the league this year. So going back,
man? I don't like how you said that. I don't like how you said that. I'll just play.
No, but I'm saying, so the schedules came out, and based on win shares of last year, they have the second easiest schedule. And the Ravens have the first. Ravens have the first. They have the best record in the league last year, and they have the first easiest schedule. So Dallas Cowboys is tied for second, and you know what I'm saying, if you're always looking for that opportunity, and if Dak takes his time to come back and the Red Rocket comes out here and goes 5-0, goes 6-0, which he can very easily do. The Cowboys are a very talented team. We all know the only reason why they didn't live with the expectation last year is because of the head coach. That was coaching. That wasn't that wasn't the squad. That was coaching, in my opinion. So I think it's huge, and they got him for a very, very, very good price too. So I don't know, man. I mean, I love the signing. It's a huge signing. That's a really good backup. Yeah, but I just want to know where Dak's head's at. You know what I mean? I want to know where it's at because he's not happy with the franchise tag or the price.
Right. I think they'll still negotiate, but to your point, I think it puts more pressure on Mike McCarthy because he's walking into a situation. Most head coaches don't walk into a situation that's ready to go, and now he's not going to have any excuses next year. So I'm interested to see that. I think it's kind of a little bit more pressure on him because Jerry ain't getting any younger, and he's ready to go. So. We'll see how it plays out. Yeah,
I completely agree with you. I think when it comes to McCarthy, even from when he got signed, everybody's been calling for a coaching change for the last God only knows how many years. You know what I'm saying? So from the second they fired old boy and brought McCarthy in, it was like, this is our time is now. You know what I mean? We're not trying to rebuild. We're not trying to win later. We're trying to win next year. And so like his name's already on the chopping block. And he hasn't played the season yet. He hasn't played the game yet. So I do agree with you on that. But like that's regardless of whoever they got a quarterback, whether it's Dalton or Dak. The coach is definitely going to be watched over this next season for sure.
Yeah. All right, cool. A couple more interesting things. Frank Gore, he's signing with the Jets. I didn't know what y'all thought of that. And then Marshawn Lynch is thinking about coming back again with Seattle. Kind of interesting, man. Some of these backs are just ageless, apparently.
Yeah, I cannot believe he's going to be 37. Like 37 as a running back. Like that's a critical position where they constantly have contact. So to have a 37-year-old running back there, that's absolutely crazy. If he's signing to get a check, like kudos to him. If I was 37 and could sit on a bench and still collect millions, I would do it. But I think it's amazing that they're going that option. Being his age, 37 in football for that position is up there. So.
Yeah, I think he's kind of like a player coach too, though. I think they said that he was a good mentor before.
Absolutely.
And he's just a different animal altogether. Like seeing him from Miami when he got hurt that last game, like that was crazy. And then his whole career now, he's always just like kind of defied the odds. So
yeah, I think it's.
Oh wait, was that Willis McGahee, not Frank Gore? My bad. Frank Gore's from Miami, but he didn't hurt himself the way Willis McGahee did, right?
I think they both got hurt though, but it wasn't a gruesome injury.
Right.
Frank
I'm
Gore
sorry.
Did get hurt too. Yeah, he got hurt.
So, but no, I just thought that was very interesting. The other person that's out there that we don't know what's going to happen with still is Cam Newton too. I think I wanted to get your opinion. Do you think he should wait and just see if he can start like maybe after injuries or something later in the season happens, or should he just go and try to get a backup job, or what's holding him back?
He's not a backup. He ain't doing that.
Yeah, I don't think Cam's doing that. I don't think he'll so short for that. I think he'll wait. But I think primarily, like, I don't think he's has he? I haven't really been watching him too much, but I don't know if he's cleared yet. Like, I don't know if he's full on cleared yet for real football activity yet.
Well, he's cleared for beach volleyball.
Well, yeah, but that's at home with the family. You know what I'm saying? That's not football activity. Like, they're not going to let him into they're not going to let him on actual football facilities and engage in like football OTAs and stuff until he's like fully approved to do so. But We talked about this a couple of weeks ago when we had talked about how the Panthers kind of low key screwed him a little bit. You know what I mean, with waiting as long as they did to release him. A lot of teams picked up a lot of players that they probably wouldn't have picked up if they knew Cam was available. So,
but we all knew Cam was available.
No,
realistically, we knew that.
Realistically, maybe, but Panthers came out up front and automatically said, "No, we're sticking with Cam. We're going with Cam." So, no, a lot of teams are going to go into that thinking that he's not available. So, if I'm like, "Yo, he's not available. We're sticking with Cam. We're moving with Cam going forward," and then other teams are, they pick up Foles and other players are getting picked up and reassigned and traded away. They're probably not looking at him to that extent anyway. They're not.
I guess it's just once they signed Teddy Bridgewater, like you knew it was over for Cam.
Oh, 100%. Well,
but they still held him for a while.
Yeah, they released Cam before they announced Teddy Bridgewater being signed. So they released Cam and then they announced Bridgewater being signed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was the other way around.
Teddy came after. That's how I knew that that's why I was like, they knew that they were getting Teddy because they released Cam first.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they were. I don't think they were. And then they traded away Kyle Allen too. So it was like something was definitely going down where we knew Cam, Cam was getting released. So, but I think that Cam should. I don't know. There's not much he can do, in my opinion. Honestly, right now he just kind of has to wait it out. But if I'm Cam Newton, I'm not looking to back up somebody somewhere. I'm looking to start somewhere.
Yeah. Well, there's no more left. There's not too many left.
100%. I
so
agree.
According to reports, he has passed the physical already, both on his shoulder and his foot. So he has been cleared on physicals. Reports state that he is not looking for a backup quarterback job. He kind of has the wait and see approach. He's kind of looking at possible injury somewhere along the line where somebody's going to need him. With that wait and see approach, though, there's not one solid team that needs a quarterback under center right now.
Not anymore.
He better really, not anymore. He better really have a hope and a prayer that something happens to someone. The possible one prior to the draft was possibly the Chargers, but they filled the starting position. They said they're going to ride with Tyrod Taylor. And then they picked up old boy from Oregon. So that's pretty solid right there. The only possible reports right now that they say may seem like a sell would be to the Redskins, just because of the previous relationship with Rivera. But that looks in itself too, like if they were to get him, they're going to get him on the low and on a steal. And I don't think that sits well with him with his whole sit back and wait approach. So
maybe the Jaguars. That's the only other place I think he could try to slide in.
That's where I think if he ends up anywhere, I think that's where he'll end up. I don't think he'll end up at the Redskins, because if he was going to go to the Redskins, they would have got him already.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, and then with the Kyle Allen route. So that's why I don't see him going to the Redskins. I think that Ron Rivera is looking to start over, start new, and I don't think as much as he loves Cam, I don't see him going after him. You know what I mean? So I really think he's trying to start over, start anew with his new team, and move forward with that. I'm with A-Dub on this. I think if Cam's going to go anywhere, it's going to be Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought Dalton was going to end up at the Patriots. That's really where I thought he was going to end up.
Me too. But the Patriots seem like they're ready with Stidham, and they're not trying to spend any money. That's their big thing, especially on the quarterback.
Right.
It's a rumor out there that they're waiting to get the guy from Clemson next year. That's what they're waiting for.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
It's going to be crazy to see what happens with college football, too. If they don't play a college football season, like that's going to really screw things up. Or they're talking about, you think they're going to make it happen? In the South, they're like, we ain't going to do it.
In the South, they definitely going to play, and people going to be out there.
Right.
So much money to not have them play. Way too much money going around.
Yeah.
Basketball.
There was a recent poll put out there to spectators and to fans if they're willing to sit out to have sports back. And the poll was predominantly yes. People were like, yes, let's have sports back and we'll sit and watch from home.
It's easier said than done, though.
It really is. It really is easier said than done.
But All
I was
right.
just talking about that the other day. Like, man, I had like plans to go to a Rockets game here. I'm like, we didn't even get to do that.
I would have already been on 2 baseball trips this year.
Dang, already?
Yeah, I had my little stadium set up, and I was June, like the middle of June was like the final one to get all 5 of my stadiums. So, 2021, hopefully, maybe we'll see.
Everything happened for a reason.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's all good. But let's move on to the Dolphins. So we did want to say everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, we did want to say, rest in peace, Don Shula.
Yes.
A legend for sure. And NFL Network was playing a lot of different things of football life and these different stuff. And I watched a little bit about that. It was pretty interesting. He was kind of before our time, but he still did have a big impact. So
his record will never be broken. I just believe it'll never be broken.
I agree.
The undefeated season, they'll never be
undefeated season with the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. And then also, Marcus brought us that breaking news that Tua is going to wear number 1 for the Dolphins. How do you guys think Tua's going to do? Just like a little quick prediction. You guys think he's going to be all right or what?
I said it's a good team he went to. I'm glad he went to that type of team. They trash, so you can't blame him for your team not being good. So that's a win-win for him. So he can't do as bad as the guy who's there. Fitzpatrick is there right now.
Yeah.
I think he beats him off in the camp too. I think he starts first week.
I just hope they don't rush his injury. I really think he needs time to heal up. He's gonna play. I hope they don't rush his injury. Like for one,
he's already been cleared.
For one, it looks terrible when it happens. Yes, he's been cleared, but
Marcus's photo.
We're talking about like a dislocated hip, and now you're gonna play against dudes that are like 10 times faster. You better have an amazing mind. You know, like I just hope they let him heal up correctly. I would hate for him to go out there and then just crash and burn. I wonder what his contract numbers look like. Like how much of his money is guaranteed? Because if it's like a big number, well, the hell with it. Balls to the wall. But if it's
he was the 5th pick, so he's gonna do pretty good.
He's pretty locked in.
You say you hope he. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. You say he hope he heal up. He's already healed though. Like that's why he got drafted.
Yeah, but he's cleared though. Like I get it. He's cleared. The surgery went well. The healing process went well, but you don't know how healed that is until you're in the trenches.
So you just don't want him to be rushed, basically.
I don't want him to be rushed.
So that's fair. I'm drafting you. You ready to play? I ain't about to save you. Let's go. You have to get to work. We try it. We're trying to get better around here.
I think when he's ready, they'll play him.
This is the difference typically with males and females. Like females have a little bit more empathy, even on that side. You know, Marcus is like, the hell with it. Get him to play.
Let's go.
I think the plan is to have him start week 1. Obviously, he'll fight for the job, with Fitzpatrick. But I think what they really want him to do with picking him at that number 5 pick is to start week 1. He's been cleared, and in the football world, if you're cleared, you're gonna play. You know what I'm saying? If you're 70% and it's not a real injury, you're gonna play. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of how football is. He wants to play. He wants to play. He's not trying to sit. He's trying to compete for that starting job. As far as A-Dub's question goes, I never really thought that he was going to be a good NFL quarterback. You know what I mean? He was great in college. I don't know how well he's going to do in the NFL for some odd reason. I can't really explain why I feel that way. But I think he's going to struggle a little bit. I think he's definitely going to struggle. And I think all of his injuries are definitely going to catch up to him. I don't really know how long of a career he's going to have in the NFL. I hope he proves me wrong because I don't wish anything bad on any player, anybody.
Even like he's so soft. Why he always gets hurt?
So soft.
One thing
that's what he thinks right now.
So I'm not sure. We'll see it, but I don't see it. Hurts coach. But somebody else is timing out.
One thing I will say, at one point they listed all of his injuries and stuff. He had more injuries than missed games. Like he didn't miss a lot of games, even though he did get injured a lot. Yeah. So I got to give him a little bit of credit for that. He was always right back out there. So we'll see.
Yeah, he has been rough and tough, but that in itself too, is kind of what has me apprehensive. Like the hip, it was like 2 ankles, a knee.
Marcus made a picture about him. That's what I was trying to say earlier too. That was funny.
When I seen that, I had to do.
He was in pain.
Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Y'all keep on going. I'm gonna try and see if I can.
So one other thing though, the schedule release is going to come out on Thursday as far as the actual dates. That's exciting for me just to see. Like, okay, I'm interested to see it actually on the calendar and see what their plans are. Even if we're not going to be able to go to the games, but it's always a fun time. Usually this time of year, I'd be planning trips and stuff like that around this time.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad to see that they're actually moving forward with it. And then we did want to note that there are going to be no international games too. Which makes sense, I think they're trying to expand into London, but it's not, worth the hassle to add that much more stress onto this whole process. So,
and you know what, too? Bama produces great defensive players and great running backs, but they don't produce a lot of NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah, he wanted to go back onto it again.
I had to throw that out there.
By the way, AJ McCarron still got a job.
I was taking some jabs in.
Throw the picture, Marcus. You find it?
No, I think I took it off.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have it.
No, that's cool. But yeah. All right. So I think that wraps it up for NFL talk, though. We'll talk about the schedule. We'll talk about anything else, any other signings and stuff like that might happen. So one thing we were going to talk about with our other sports talk, thank you, Marcus, for putting this up here. So this was a quote out of there. Baseball is hard at work on plans, still a lot to work out. Most likely scenario seems to be the 3-division approach. There's still others on the table. So I've heard that there's actually like a 4, a 5, and a 6 site like thing on the table too, apparently, where they'd have like basically like mini clusters of teams. But it still seems like it's all sounds great, but I'm still kind of worried to see if it's actually going to happen or not.
Yeah.
If it happens, AW, you gonna go?
Well, I don't think they're going to let fans in, even if it happens. But I'll go outside and hop over.
I'll go with you. We get the drone. They're going to get the drone.
Well, if they're here, and if they're
here, yeah. I'm pulling the drone out. I'm not.
At least go see what's going on,
Live broadcast from SLAC with the drone.
I don't want you to lose your pilot's license, though. I don't want you to lose your license.
No, we good. Hey, we good. We didn't
expert pilot
right now. But you can actually go live though. So we definitely gonna do
drone?
That.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, your drone does everything. That's
so dope. We definitely it'll be so dope. We'll be in there talking like, hey y'all, this is such and such going here.
We'll be in the parking lot.
But I'm only gonna do it for a good 10 to 15 minutes, and we gotta get out of there, So I'm just. But that'll be so dope.
Get the whip, go.
Because they won't find us though, so that's the thing. We'll be parked somewhere. They won't know who we in. I could be in the car flying it though. So on the bad thing, when I landed, we gotta go somewhere and land it though. They're like, there you go, right there. I'm like, God.
Try to land it in the sunroof. Drive off. But yeah, so
have the sunroof right now.
It will be weird though if if we have 10 baseball teams here in the Valley playing like every night and we don't even get to see them. That would be kind of weird. But yeah. I'm good for whatever though. I would like to see some baseball. The other thing is NHL. So we did have some NHL stuff here. They're talking about putting small groups in the facilities in mid to late May, but they were saying like 4 people at a time. So I don't know, why couldn't you just have people skate on different sides of the ice or whatever? They said that their talks have been extraordinarily collaborative, but there's no timetable. I really don't think the NHL is going to make it back. Of all the sports, I think they have the least chance, I should say, of making it back. But we'll see how that works. I don't know. You could put ice anywhere though, so really they could. I don't know. They could do it, but we'll see.
And then 4 people at a time. Like that makes no sense. Like
that was kind of strange. I didn't get exactly why about that.
let's bring out the defense. We're just gonna have the defenders right now. Bring the strikers, the shooters.
Does the goalie count as a skater? That's so I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. And then let's see. The other thing too, that's not football or basketball, is the U.S. women's soccer team. The judge did rule against their equal pay lawsuit. And the crazy thing is, I had this other thing I wanted to read on here too, if I can read it properly. But this was from ESPN. Graham Hayes wrote an article, and they said that the ruling was infirmed by the federation's contention that women players were paid more in total and on a per-game basis than their male counterparts were during the period in question. So apparently they were talking about between 2015 and 2019, and the women's team actually averaged $220,000 while the men's averaged $212,000. So apparently they were saying equal pay, but this certain thing that they were judging it on, they actually made more. So,
but wasn't that because of their
because they won and they went further.
Was that it? See, I thought it was something else though, because like I was looking at like Rapinoe, right? Megan Rapinoe. Yeah, my bad. And she like her she makes a certain amount of money, obviously playing soccer for the women's team, but she makes millions in endorsements. You know what I mean? So I think endorsement wise, I think the women most definitely all make more money than the men's team as well. But they're just talking about their salary in soccer in general.
Right.
So I don't know. And I'm gonna let kind of let you guys kind of take heed in this, but like when it comes to this, I was actually extremely disappointed. You know what I mean? So like when you average it out, sure, the women might have made more money, but it's because they're better. You know what I mean? They went further. You know what I'm saying? If I play 5 games and the men only play in 2, then yeah, they're gonna make more money because they went further. But when it comes to actual salary per game, the men still make more. And in a world where we're constantly talking about equality and stuff like that, and just again, as an African American male, I still say that America is not equal. I openly say that. I'm always open to talk about it with anybody, but we're not as equal.
But I was gonna say shout out to PJ Tucker. I actually sold him shoes when I worked for Nike. That dude's the coolest dude. He would come into Nike Scotts a lot. Like I can see why his collection is how it is, because he would be like
all Jordan.
No, he wears all kinds of Nikes. He's got a crazy Kobe collection too.
He's not like sponsored or anything about Nike.
Oh, Nike, yeah, he's Nike.
Oh,
but the thing is though, like certain Nike, I don't know, like certain Nike athletes, like Nike athletes would just show up and they'll like email ahead like, okay, I'm coming through, and they'd get a certain like amount, like they'll just walk through, don't have to pay for it. But PJ Tucker would be paying his own, like spending his own money too. Like he'd be.
I thought he'd bring a special card in or something.
PJ.
No, they have to like clear it.
His allowance wasn't high enough. He was like, "Look, I'm gonna use my allowance. I'm coming in and spend like 3 racks." Like
which in the most smallest version of that, I was the same way because I'd be spending my whole paycheck and my own money.
I used to laugh. So I was like, your job was basically just to put money back into the store. Like you was working for store credit. Like you wasn't working for a real paycheck. Like my man was working for store credit.
If they would have given me more by the hour in store credit or gift cards, I would have done it. I would have been like, cool.
I would have done the same thing. Through college, I worked at Guess, and like when Guess was like super cool, like the jeans to wear and stuff. And I would come home and my parents would be like, "How much you get paid?" And I'm like, "Nothing." Like I had bags of clothes. And we always had incentives. Like if you were like the top seller for the day, you would get like 50% discount for the day. So shit, that paycheck hit, I'm like, here's my money. Take it all. I'm dressed fly as hell, but I ain't got no money. This makes no sense. You got a job in college and you can't pay anything. I'm like, but my outfit is cool. My dad's like, you paying for ripped jeans. Like, what are you doing?
But I'm fly though.
Exactly.
But yeah, if I would have had that type of plug at Nike, never. I would have never made any type of money. I would have been homeless with the best kicks ever.
Yeah. All right, let's switch it up. Let's do this. Marcus, I see you got it ready. We talk about, I want to just, I don't know, real quick, thumbs up, thumbs down. How y'all feeling about this right here? It's official now, though.
I think I got a feeling it's gonna be dope. Though. I just got
Space Jam, A New Legacy.
They keeping it real low key. Like they ain't saying nothing about it. I got a feeling it's gonna be super dope. And to make it more dope, you gotta put MJ some kind of way in there. He has to be in it. So if he's not in the whole movie at all, then it's like wonk wonk wonk.
If he has a cameo at the end, like they bust him out of something, or all of a sudden he shows up to save the day, like that would be sick. Like Bill Murray did in the other one. He has to be included.
Yeah,
I'm keeping my expectations real low, and now I'm not afraid to be pleasantly surprised, but I'm not really, I don't know.
I agree. I'm on the same fence with you. I'm keeping my expectations low, but I am excited for the movie. It's not only is it Space Jam. Like I've always loved Looney Tunes. Like the Looney Tunes is like my jam. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my cartoon. Like that's what I grew up with. So I'm excited just to see that in general. But I don't want to go into this movie thinking like, it has to be as good as the first one, or I'm hoping it's better than the first one, because that's how your expectations are, how they get shattered. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go into this movie with a completely open mind, hoping that it's completely different from the first one in a sense. And like, it would be super legit if, MJ has a cameo in it. That'd be dope. But I'm with Ada. Like, I want to keep my expectations low and hopefully be pleasantly surprised. So we'll see though. We'll see. LeBron can act. LeBron can actually act. So we'll see. We'll see on that.
I mean, he was good in the commercial where he was like old LeBron and young LeBron and all that stuff.
I love those commercials. Those commercials are hilarious.
But I haven't seen him in much else.
Right.
And people forget Space Jam. The first Jam was a great movie. Like really, like you can watch it now and be like, man, this is a good movie.
So that's exactly what I was going to touch on. Like the boys and I watch Space Jam all the time. Like we just randomly they'll be like, put Space Jam on. They can watch that movie over and over and over and over again.
My kid the same way.
Space Jam then compared to now is anything like the Lion King is going to be phenomenal, because
the Lion King,
when the new Lion King came out, it was dope as hell. So if Space Jam is any comparison of what they're going to do with the remake, we're in for a treat. I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited for Space Jam. It's LeBron James. Like anything that LeBron James touches is going to be phenomenal.
Hey, remember I said?
I'm excited.
Y'all remember when I said about him joining the Monstars? I'm just saying. This script is going to be very creative. I have a feeling.
Dang,
that would be super fun if like LeBron was on the Monstars and MJ was on the Toon Squad. Like that would be fun.
We know who would win. Come on, no way.
No, what's gonna happen if he's with them? They're gonna have to go get MJ to rescue him, because maybe he was a good person at first and he became a villain. And for him to be the good guy again, we need MJ to go play against him to help him out something.
Yeah,
MJ has to be in it. You cannot make it without MJ in it. He can't be in it at all. Like he has to be somewhere in there. So,
yeah, if they just try to do like show him in on a like if they just try to do any other cameo, like that'd be whack. He needs to at least like be featured somehow, I think.
Yeah. Because MJ think he can play right now. He'll tell you right now, I can play. Like, no, you can't, MJ.
He's like, give me Bugs Bunny, you take Lola, I got you.
These Mike Tyson videos.
Oh, that's scary.
Listen.
Homie can rock.
I ain't for real. He still got he can knock you out.
I feel like he get in there.
So I still believe MJ could play. Like Mike Tyson is still showing us he could box and knock somebody the hell out.
I really do feel like Mike Tyson could come in and beat a lot of these dudes in like the heavyweight division right now. I really think he could. Straight up.
He do one round. Shoot, he can only do one round, so why not? That'll be so dope. Hold on, I'm about to bring it up right now.
Anyway, most heavyweight fights end in a knockout. So I'm like, I don't know, man. Like Duke can still move. Like the speed was still crazy. Yeah, like the speed is crazy.
His physique looks great.
He lost a lot of weight.
Like,
hold on, I messed that up. Hold on, let me get back on that.
Mike Tyson was actually talking about on one of his, like he would like gain like a lot of weight in between fights and then lose it all back. Like Mike Tyson's very interesting. I listened to his podcast. Some of the episodes of his podcast is crazy, man. But he's dope.
Okay.
It's hard to think about like how he is now.
Right there. That swing he just did. That's man.
Just gave the quick snippet though. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it was
But
quick.
yeah, he definitely got a great podcast.
Yeah.
His trainer was like, "All right, I'm good."
All right. I think let's fire up the SLAC simulator. Are y'all ready for that?
Let's get it.
We got some other. We're going to talk about the draft lottery being postponed and stuff like that, but it's really not that big of a deal. We got all summer for that. But yeah, okay. So we're at the conference finals.
Ooh.
Let me see if I can share my screen real quick. Application window. Boom, we did it. All right. So we've got first up, A-Dub's Lakers versus Myra's
Clippers.
What are we gonna do here? What are you thinking?
Battle of the West. If this happened, it would be like record numbers. Like it would be crazy. Like so many people would tune in to watch the Battle of LA. We know LA's presence is predominantly purple and gold, and across the nation, it's purple and gold. But I'm going to hold on to the Clippers have beat the Lakers 2 out of 3 times this season. I say if they go to 7, the Clippers bench is much deeper than LA's. And they're the underdogs, man. So I'm rocking with the Clippers.
Okay. I have to respect that, but I think that this year is the year of destiny for the Lakers. I feel like that this little break would actually help them more than the Clippers because the Clippers, I think, needed more time to get those other pieces involved. And they kind of needed to play the rest of that season to still kind of get on the same page because, even like Trez and them were having some issues. They were kind of working it out, but they were still like not settled all the way as far as how they were going to be and whose role was going to be what. So I think that the Lakers would take this. I think it would definitely be a dogfight. And like you said, it'd be record-breaking numbers. Like Staples Center would be packed out crazy. So
watch the game would be crazy.
Yeah, I think so. But I really think it would be Lakers, probably in 6, maybe in 7. But I think the Lakers would get it done. It's just going to be too much. And AD is going to be finally like in the spotlight because I don't think he's had a chance to rock like this yet either. So,
Marcus?
I'm gonna go Lakers. Like you said, I would say 6. I just don't Clippers has a great team, great in Kawhi and a great bench with Reggie Jackson and then Trez. But I think they would need Paul George to step up and be big, have to average at least 18 to 20 points, and he wouldn't do it. So that's why I'm gonna give him. I think Anthony Davis have a great season. A great series against them. They're too small, and then like I said, LeBron with icing on the cake, he'll kind of finish them off. But like I said, I don't think Paul George will step up like he needed to be in that series, and I'll pick the Lakers in 6.
At the beginning of the year, I would have taken the Clippers. At the beginning of the year, I definitely would have taken the Clippers. Just because the Clippers they're definitely a lot deeper. And with, Tamara's point, I still think that they're deeper. And I think that what would really help them stay with the Lakers in this. But right now, at this point in time this year, I think it's the Lakers' year to take it. You know what I mean? I think this was their year. It kind of sucks that the season's being postponed. You know what I mean? It might not finish this year. So I don't think they can do this next year. But LeBron's playing out of his mind right now. He is the difference maker. In my opinion, it's not Anthony Davis. It's LBJ. I know we give him a lot of slack, between me and A-Dub, but that's only because we expect greatness out of him. We know what LeBron James is capable of, and that's why we're so hard on him. Well, LeBron's a difference maker in this. I don't think and not only that, people are already starting to cast him aside. They're talking about it being Kawhi's town now, and Clippers are on the rise, and blah 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 blah. But I think LeBron he's trying to make it his point to remind people who he is and why he is still the best player in this league, and he's been playing like it. So I think the Lakers take it. I think it goes 6 games too. I don't even think it goes 7. I think LeBron really stops him at 6 games.
Because they ain't going there. You ain't traveling nowhere. It's the same building.
Right.
So it's a different floor. So
True.
Oh, who we got?
So what's up, Amari? Amari just walked in. I'm like, Clippers versus Lakers. Who you got?
Clippers.
Oh, get him out of here. Go to bed, man. That's not gonna go.
You'll learn.
You don't know better.
He got the influence, first-hand influence.
We should call Trevor on this part. The Milwaukee Bucks, this team, he's supposed to be doing this part.
But Milwaukee Bucks is good. But I'm so coach too. I don't know how to say his name.
Antetokounmpo. Good job. He got it. All right, so yeah, the Lakers are gonna take the West. So now we got to do the East.
But I'm gonna go practice on my dunks.
There you go.
All right. Don't hurt yourself.
Get the legs right.
Get that work in.
Y'all, he asked me for a trampoline in the house. Like, can I have a little trampoline so I can dunk in the house? Bro.
Phoenix Suns gorilla.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, though. Okay, all right. So now, Marcus versus Strizzy. Oh no, I'm sorry, Marcus versus Myra. Myra, you got both teams. Okay.
Teams.
So
Marcus, you want to go first this time? Bucks.
I'll go first. Milwaukee has a all-around best team, and I don't see Toronto keeping up. And I don't think they have a person that's gonna stop Giannis. I think he have a field day with this team because they don't have a defensive stopper besides Ibaka. And he's not gonna do anything. He's got older. He's not gonna do anything with Giannis.
Yeah, he can't move more.
Yeah, and they was only there last year because Kawhi, so we shouldn't be talking about them. But they get a little respect. But I think Bucks win this series 4-1. So I don't think it's anything even to talk about.
I agree with Marcus.
Right.
Shouldn't even have been here anyways, Raptors.
I mean, we made it this far, but I agree with Marcus. The Bucks would kill the Raptors at this point. If we talk about depth, if we talk about talent, the Bucks definitely kill the Raptors. If we reflect on who the Raptors were last year, they do not have those key players this year to even keep up with the Bucks. So I think this is a clean. It might be a gentleman's sweep. I agree with that one. Gentleman's sweep, not a clean sweep. But yeah, I agree. The Bucks would take this.
All right. So our SLAC simulator.
Strizzy, Adam, what do you think?
Oh,
Any
yeah.
Oh, I gotta choose the team that beat my team. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take Milwaukee. Yeah, Milwaukee. I agree. Toronto only got as far as they did because of scheduling who they played in Kawhi as well.
Yeah. I think there's not much to say, like you were saying. It's the Bucks. So, yeah. All right. So
the finals.
So next week we will do the finals, and hopefully it'll be in time for an announcement about the real playoffs or the real NBA or something like that. Who knows? But next week we'll face off in the Lakers versus the Bucks and see how that goes. So get to thinking on that and get out your crystal balls or whatever. All right, so I guess that brings us to this or that. Do y'all have some this or that questions? Y'all ready to play this or that?
Man, I need more time to think about it. Every time I see it, I'm like, I don't have one. I need time to think about one to get my juices flowing. So you guys go first. I can might be thinking.
Okay, that's okay. I was gonna do a Cinco de Mayo sort of themed one, and I was gonna say, so if you could only have one, you had to get rid of one of these things. You can only pick one. Is it enchiladas or tamales?
Ooh.
I don't eat Mexican food, so I'm out this one.
Oh.
Wait, Marcus, neither of those you haven't had?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't know if I told you the story. I'm gonna tell you real quick. This story I had my senior year in
See, not on Cinco de Mayo. Are you gonna disrespect this?
No. But have I told you about the tamale story?
No.
I haven't told you guys.
Tell
So my senior year, I played football. So my bus driver, I wish I could find her. If she ever see this, it'd be cool. But her name was Miss Maria. She was a sweet lady. She drove the bus. So she for some reason she really liked me. Like she always speaks to me. But after every practice on Tuesdays and I think it was Thursdays, she would bring me a big thing of tinfoil of green chicken. I think it's called green chili chicken tamales.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
So she would give them to me every Tuesday and Thursday practice. She would have them for me nice and hot with cheese on and everything. I was like, dang, I'm about to kill these. I would get off the bus and on my bus stop, we had 3 guys got off my bus stop. And I would give it to my guys every time. Hey, you guys go, I don't want this. I never tasted them. Like she did that for a whole season. Every Tuesday and Thursday practice, she would give me green chili tamales, chicken kind. And I never ate them.
Without trying them.
I never, because I didn't. Mexican food wasn't
nervous.
I never got the. I just never liked Mexican food. I don't know. It just something about it. I just never liked it. But I eat Taco Bell.
Oh.
Hey, I almost had a fight with this lady at CBS. Like she was like, I eat Mexican food. I eat Taco Bell. That's not authentic. It's not authentic. I'm like, it's tacos. You eat tacos. What's the difference? And she was so mad. So she taught me a lesson that day. Hey, it's a difference. I'm like, all right, my bad, man. My bad.
Yeah.
She's
But
like,
I like the tacos. I eat tacos, but I don't like the tamales and the enchiladas and the beans and all that. Yeah, nah, I'm good.
man, we're out here amongst such good food too, man. But
Yeah,
that's okay if it's not your thing. But at least now you know. She's probably telling you, she's like, you're lucky we're cool because other people don't take that disrespect.
Yeah, I hope she never said this and she cooked all every time for me. I never ate it. I apologize, but I never ate it.
At least someone ate it though.
I know.
They would look forward to practice, dude. They be like, oh man, tamales coming today. And I heard tamales are hard. I learned after it's kind of hard to make. It take a lot of time and everything.
Yeah, it's a concept.
Really bad because I'm like, she taking her time out making those tamales. I was like, dang man, that's kind of messed up. So.
Just kidding. We have a internationally renowned tamale place down here called Delia's Tamales, and they have to be the best tamales ever. I cannot believe your this or that is tamales or enchiladas. I can't even vote. I can't. I have to have tamales on Christmas. Tamales are definitely Christmas Eve, Christmas. Have to have them. And
wait, you're not saying with the T in it. How you said it again? How you say it?
Tamales.
So the T is silent when you say it, right?
No, it's there. I'm just Mexican. I say tamales. I say tamales.
Oh, I heard that. I wasn't hearing that part. Okay.
Tamales.
So yeah, I can't even vote. And enchiladas are one of my favorite things to eat, whether it's cheese enchiladas or enchiladas suizas, which is the chicken enchiladas with cheese and greens, chili sauce on top. Man, the Cinco de Mayo.
Not a pick though.
No, I can't. I plead the fifth.
Shit, I can. Give me all the tamales, son. All of them. Every single last one. Nah, I love tamales. I love enchiladas too. So kind of, fun story. When my mom was pregnant with me, that's all she ate. All she ate was Mexican food, literally all day, every day. That's the reason why I love spicy food and why I love Mexican food today. So that's really a tough one because I love enchiladas too. But tamales are my jam. And my aunt can make tamales with the best of them. And she full black, but she can throw down on some tamales. That's my stuff. I can eat them year round, not just Christmas time. Year round.
I'm
about it.
Tamales now.
See, I would have to pick enchiladas only because I just love enchiladas too. But tamales are bomb. But that's another question: tamales with the olive or without the olive?
Wait, what?
Do you put an olive in your tamales?
No. What kind of non-Mexican?
You've never heard of anybody putting olive in their tamales?
A lot of people do.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah.
A green olive?
Maybe not in Tex-Mex. Olive in the tamale. That's.
You know about Tex-Mex, Alex?
I said they must not have olives in their tamales.
Authentic Mexican. I am authentic. We don't put olives in tamales. What?
People do that, Myra. That's a thing. You've never heard of that?
It must be an Arizona thing.
I don't know. I'm from Arizona, but I thought that was a thing.
No.
Women who only speak Spanish.
We gonna go to social media. We're gonna go to social media and settle this. We're gonna have to figure this out.
Yeah, put a vote in.
Never.
Okay. Well, then you're no.
Like one in there?
Yeah, people put olive in the tamale.
It's like one single olive. It's crazy.
No. Never.
All right.
I was like, I've never in my life.
Hey, she gonna be surprised when on social media, like, yeah, of course. Who don't do that?
Wait, but this is another thing social media has taught me too. Like Texas is very different. Like we're a country within ourselves.
Right.
Like I didn't know other states did not have a pledge to their state. Like we have, like United States has a pledge of allegiance to the United States. Texas has a pledge of allegiance to Texas. Y'all don't have that? Arizona don't have that?
No. You guys would sing it before every day or what?
After we sing the pledge, then you say the Texas pledge. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
So it's basically like the pledge, but it's just a Texas version?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm from Texas. I ain't never heard that one. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, the Texas flag, man.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas.
Hey, when y'all get
I think I said it wrong right now because I'm under pressure, but yeah.
I'm weak. I pledge allegiance to the Texas. Oh man.
Yeah.
When y'all get a second, y'all should check out the Bleacher Report on right now and look at Kevin Durant and tell me your thoughts. You could do it now or later.
What's going on with him?
Is he wearing the Kukoc outfit?
Slack thing. I just put it in the Slack inbox.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna clean this up because y'all put me under pressure. It says, honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Wow. That's cool. It's a lot like the regular pledge, but I didn't know that. I mean, I think Arizona's got a motto, I'm sure, but we never said nothing or sang nothing.
Yeah, so we sing like the United States one, and then we pledge to Texas.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
So the hell with y'all's olives and your tamales.
All right, what's your this or that?
My this or that. Conor McGregor or Floyd Mayweather?
So easy.
No, not even close.
Do another one, please. That's too simple.
Says the person who hasn't come up with one.
You know your audience, though. Come on, it's no question.
What did you say, Strizzy, last time? The Black allegiance.
Delegation.
The Black delegation. The Black delegation.
The Black delegation would like to choose. Okay, this is gonna be a funny one. Do y'all watch Chappelle Show?
Oh yeah.
Not Marcus though. Marcus don't like Chappelle.
Man,
Okay.
I can quote every episode. What you got?
All right.
So which skit was better? Clayton Bigsby or Rick James?
Oh,
I gotta go with the Rick James. The Rick James to this day is still like an iconic episode.
Yeah, I have to go with Rick James as well. Even though Clayton Bigsby was the very first episode, very first skit, and he just set it off like crazy.
Yeah, he went for it. Like
he basically just let everybody know we don't care, basically. But I still think the Rick James was so dope, and also the Prince stories were so dope too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
The reason
and rest in peace, Charlie Murphy too.
The reason I brought that up is because today there was a story on IG. And you see the dude in his little San Diego authorities are looking to file charges against shopper who wore his KKK hood while in grocery store. So you know me, my funny personality. I've commented, "Show us your face," and my IG has been blowing up since. Like people going off on that comment. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, my boy Perk just gave me a this or that. I didn't ask for. He just posted on Twitter.
Perfect.
He said Jason Tatum or Brandon Ingram.
Oh.
He picked Tatum. He said Tatum because he's a better defender than BI.
I'm a Jason Tatum fan, so I would pick Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, yeah, from St. Louis, kid with grind. I'm a Jason Tatum fan, so I would say Jason Tatum over Brandon Ingram.
I don't know. That's a hard one.
It is really hard for me, actually. It's not as easy for me as I know A-Dub. I know A-Dub's ready to
because I think if you could,
he be watching.
If they swap teams, I think they do the same thing. So that's why it's kind of hard. I think you put BI on the Celtics. I think he'll do the same thing he's doing right now too. I don't think Tatum is a better player. I just think he's on a better team and he has better opportunities. So I don't know. That's kind of a hard one.
It's tough. I'm just gonna answer really, really quick. I'm gonna let Big A-Dub get his in.
I know he is.
Yeah, but I think it is really tough. I think as good as Jason Tatum is, and as good as he's been, like even being on a good team, like dude's been putting up numbers. Like he's really been shining this year. But it's still only his second year. You know what I mean? So like I still kind of want to see him maybe do a little bit more in a sense. But I also feel like Brandon Ingram is now getting his chance to shine too. Like I feel like when he was with the Lakers, like he never got his chance. Like the coaching staff never really gave him the green light. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he's finally getting that green light and with the Pelicans. So I kind of want to see them with a full year to like really do their thing, and then maybe I can answer it later. But I feel like that question right now is a little harder for me to like pick and choose right now. I think they haven't reached their ceiling yet. Neither one of them.
Yeah. You know me. Y'all already know I'm Ingram all the way. I mean, I've been saying, well, Strizzy knows especially because I've been saying for a long time, a lot longer than this podcast has been going on, how much I love Ingram and how much I basically think he's the future. Like with the whole trading stuff, like basically my whole thing was like, I don't care who they get rid of as long as they keep Ingram. Mm-hmm. That's been my guy. I think he's like a baby KD. But I think I also could be biased just because I literally watched him play like every game of his career up until last year when he left for the Pelicans. Or this year, I should say. So I have to go Ingram, and I like Jason Tatum. Shout out St. Louis. I have family there and everything. So I had heard about him, but I feel like he's kind of overrated. And I feel like what they did without Kyrie in that one playoff series, it's like all of a sudden him and Brown and Rozier and all of them kind of got a little bit ahead of themselves, in my opinion. And I feel like they still got a lot more to grow. And LeBron, so I'm not really with all that. I'm not really that totally impressed by Jason Tatum, but also I don't like the Celtics either. So I can't really.
I've always been really impressed with Brad Stevens. I feel like he's always done so much with little. And I think what they did without Kyrie is more of a hat nod to their coach than it was the actual players. Because Brad Stevens is nice. Like he's a very good defensive coach. He's very good at coming up with plays out of timeouts.
Better than Spoelstra?
Huh?
Is he better than Spoelstra?
No. Spo got rings, man. Spo got rings.
You know where that was going.
Rings with asterisk bomb.
How his rings got asterisk?
Not 3, not 4, not 5, 2.
He better win. That's like Steve Kerr. He got asterisks by his with KD. Like KD, you better win.
Yeah, he got rings with and without him, but the team was still great. But you see how Kerr did this year after his team wasn't around. All I'm saying is,
all he had was Mr. Triple Single. That's all. I didn't mean to divert us, though. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, you're good. But no, I think that Brad Stevens has been a really good coach ever since he kind of took over with the Celtics. He's gotten them to the playoffs, and the team's really young. So I am with A-Dub in that. Like, they still have so much room to grow. But he did. Like, he made the best of it. I think when Kyrie left, and they kind of had a more understanding about kind of where the team was going, and how they were going to run last season, I think he really kind of took off. He did. I think he felt a little held back last year with Kyrie being on squad. So I don't know. We'll see though. We'll see. I'm happy that they're both getting their chance though now, because I think Brandon Ingram is going to do just the same. I think Brandon will continue to grow and just be better, man. He's already hit.
I'm telling you, man.
Shots like I can see. I can see. I hate saying a poor man's KD, but he's definitely got this. He got the talent, got the skills, he's got the way.
And he still doesn't have his grown man body either. Yeah. I nicknamed him the Inspector, though, because he's like the Inspector Gadget. Sometimes he reaches out, you don't realize how long his arms are. He's dunking on people.
KD already got that grown man body?
KD does now. I'm saying, if you look at KD when he was with the Sonics and then you look at him now, that's a totally different dude. Yeah. And he's a 7-footer moving like that. KD's a whole nother beast. Yeah, but Ingram, I think Ingram's going to be a problem too in the league. He's dope. I love him.
Because he's what, 23? 22? He's young.
23 probably now?
Yeah, 20, he's young too.
Strizzy, what's your this and that though? Did you have one?
I did. So keeping
he's 22. I'm sorry. He's going to turn 23 this year. So
okay. I wasn't sure if he was already 23 or turning 23. So
born in 1997, man. That makes me feel so old.
Crazy, dog. That's crazy.
September 2nd. He's a Virgo. Woo,
oh, that's you too, huh?
Yeah.
Early September, huh?
Yeah.
We'll
be ready.
What was I gonna say?
This or that.
Oh yeah, this or that. So keeping the Cinco de Mayo theme, margaritas or pina coladas?
Margaritas.
Margaritas
on the rocks.
Okay. I like mine blended, to be honest with you, but I'm a marked person too.
Margaritas on the rocks.
Well, isn't pina colada got the pineapples in it, right?
It's coconut.
Yeah. Coconut.
Pineapples and coconut.
Yeah.
Oh, it's both. Okay.
Yeah, they fire too. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they fire too.
If you like pina coladas.
Does it count? Are they virgin?
Yeah. The virgin pina colada is better for sure, probably.
It is. Yeah,
the margarita, I guess.
Oh, okay. Go on, margarita. Yeah, I would have to say margarita too. That was like a Christmas Eve tradition for us. We would always make margaritas and Mexican food on Christmas Eve. We still do. But I remember being young, and my mom would scoop me out a little bit of that frozen margarita to the kid. And I love that.
So margaritas have to be frozen? That's a margarita?
No.
You can do on the rocks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So either blended slushy or just on the rocks, you could still get the margarita flavor. But I just remember as a kid, we'd have it would come in a bucket and you would scoop it out.
Oh,
and
if you want
kind of fire.
Mom too, because her enchiladas are fire, son. They're so good.
Yeah.
So enchiladas over tamales because mom's is on point.
A good margarita that like you can't go wrong, and it's like a good margarita no matter where you're at, is Chili's Presidente Tequila Margarita. That one on the rocks.
Chili's baby back ribs.
Fire.
That's a throwback. That's what it sounded like you were getting ready to do.
Yeah, you're like Chili's got this. Dang.
Chili's got that fire Presidente Tequila Margarita.
Yeah. But yeah, I think margaritas are bomb. I am excited though when I do go back to a restaurant. I need to get an old fashioned. That's what I always drink. Yeah.
You said old fashioned? What is that?
It's like just whiskey and bitters and like an orange peel. It's like real simple. It's like a little cocktail drink.
It's a little flavor, you know what I'm saying?
I drink a wine cooler and be wasted. I'll be like,
Marcus, that's what I was gonna ask you because I know you don't drink, but have you ever drank, or you just never your thing?
Never had taste ever.
Marcus,
good,
you're definitely the designated driver. Because let me tell you, the night we went to this basketball game.
Oh wait! Y'all ain't tell me this.
Keep them coming.
No, you had to go. We left. You did the right thing. You were at church, and we went to the game.
I wanted to go with y'all though.
After SLAC festivities, that was a good night. We had I can't wait for that to happen again. That was a real good.
Y'all ain't getting the details on that. Y'all seen some good looking women and all that.
We met plenty of nice friends for sure.
For sure.
And we ran into Eileen too. You know what I'm saying? It was great.
Yeah, it's a good night.
The secret follow. The secret follow.
Yeah, I was like, who was that? Oh, no, sponsorship. That's what it was. Budweiser ad.
It was a great night. We got to do it again.
Definitely.
Shout out to the plug that it just fell together perfectly the way it worked out. So.
It did.
But yeah, when we ever get to go back out in public again, we're gonna have to make it on not a Wednesday night so that
for sure
we get it done.
For sure.
Yeah. It's on site.
All right. Well, with that, I think everybody got their this or that, huh? That was some good ones, though.
Yeah.
All right. So then I guess we'll go to final say. Did y'all have anything you want to touch on before we get out of here?
Not that I can think of. Not at the moment, no.
All right.
That's a wrap for me.
I'm just gonna say.
I had one. If you guys have time, you need to go watch the Alex Smith E60 on ESPN. Dude, that dude went through so much. I didn't realize how big of an injury he had. I thought he's got injured and he's gonna older guy. He's gonna stop, but he almost died, dude.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You gotta have time. I'm telling you now, don't eat nothing. Like it's real graphic. It's super graphic.
Struzzy, have you seen it?
No, not yet.
All right, homework. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah,
you seen it?
No, I have not seen it. No, that's why I said don't talk about it. Strizzy and I have homework, and we'll touch on it next week.
That's cool.
It's a must watch, but I'm just saying, just have some water or something on the side. But
be prepared to like.
It gives you much respect for that. I give him so much respect now, like hands down. And I'm not trying to run the whole thing, but another thing is, I didn't realize he was the first pick. I thought Aaron Rodgers was this whole time. I didn't know he was the first pick.
First, yes, sir.
You remember Aaron Rodgers was sitting in the draft room for a minute by himself.
Yep.
And he was hot too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely you need to watch it before you take it off. I don't think I take it off, but you gotta go watch that, man. I'm like, it's gonna make you look at him totally different.
Yeah.
So please check it out.
Yeah, it's one of those things that will help you remember not to take things for granted. And then on that note too, some people very close to me lost some loved ones over this past weekend, and I just want to let them know my heart's with them, and just remind everybody, that it's nothing's ever promised. Especially this year has taught us that things can things can change very quickly. But just continue to take care of your loved ones, and hope everybody stays safe for sure.
And happy Mother's Day again to you, Myra, and to you, all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to you guys.
And happy Mother's Day,
yeah.
Be sure not to cook and anything. Don't do no laundry. Don't take the trash out. None of that. Just do your thing.
All about you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, then. But yeah, we will see y'all next Tuesday. Appreciate everybody, and appreciate my SLAC fam right here with me.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Same place next Tuesday. It's your boy Strizzy.
It's your boy A-Dub.
It's your girl Myra May.
And it's your boy, super producer, dog.
Bye. Peace.
Peace.